In 1 week, natural resources investment company Ajax Resources listed on the Aquis stock exchange and separately told shareholders how it's going to expand its investments in Argentina. I'm delighted to be joined by the chief executive, Ippolito Cattaneo. So, Ippolito, first of all, congratulations. You've raised £1 million, a third of which was board money. So that's surely a sign of confidence in the business.
Good morning, Sarah. Yes, thank you. We're very happy to admit on the Aquis Stock Exchange, the board has once again shown its commitment to the company. We've invested £330,000 cumulatively into this raise. We really believe in what we're doing. We've always believed in what we're doing. And now that we have an asset, namely the Eureka project, which has very significant potential, we wanted to take this opportunity, A, as investors to invest in something we believed in, but B, also to once again, showcase Ajax as an entrepreneurial story of a board believing in what it's doing.
Okay, so you already own the Eureka gold and copper projects. I'm just wondering, will the funds go towards its development or to the recent news, the potential acquisition of the Minas Las Escondidas project, which neighbours Eureka?
So yes, the 1 million we raised, which complements our approximately £650,000 we had in the bank from our previous raise, so we have about 1.6 million in the bank today. That money will enable us to start and materially take forward the Eureka project. So that money is for Eureka. Eureka needs drilling. It's a project that has never been drilled, and so this funding will enable us to do that. In terms of Minas Las Escondidas, which is an acquisition we announced a short while ago, we've increased our mining rights by about 30%. So we have 2,500 hectares of land. And it is a project which is contiguous to Eureka, so it's right next door to the historic Eureka mine. So it made sense to buy this project now before we realized the value of Eureka and potentially had to pay a lot more for it later on. We've also potentially increased our resource size because we have more land, more area, more mining rights. So that is also very beneficial. And this morning you'll have seen we've also announced the conditional acquisition of La Norteña, which is another license located to the north of the Eureka project, so in a different part of the project, and it covers 6,300 hectares, so a very, very significant area of land. And so what we're doing is we're buffering the project. We're strategically acquiring all the licenses of value near us, so that we have a larger project, but also when we succeed, which we believe we will, we'll have a larger resource area.
Okay, now the company has said the working capital available is sufficient for a period of at least 12 months following admission to Aquis, but it sounds as though you're purchasing quite a lot. So does that 12 months still stand? And after 12 months, where will the money come from?
So you will see the amounts involved are not enormous. So this morning's acquisition was $22,500, and so that's La Norteña. Minas Escondidas we acquired for $80,000, so $40,000 a license. It's 2 licenses. So these aren't huge amounts of money. We can absorb these within our cash flow management. But we will, as we announced this morning, we will complement our financial resources in the near future. But we are pretty comfortable on the funding side, and we're able to take all the things forward. We know when we're making these acquisitions, we're considering our obligations and our budget accordingly.
Okay, so you talk about obligations. What about investor returns? What's the goal, particularly as you yourself are an almost 24% shareholder?
Well, I have an obligation to shareholders, including myself, to deliver. So the goal here is to get the mineral resource estimate published within the next 12 months. That's what we stated when we admitted our share capital to Aquis. So that is the goal. So we're now engaged in getting the environmental impact study submitted and approved. So that is a process we need to go through in Argentina locally in order to prior to any work taking place on the project. And once we've got that done, we can then look to start doing the trenching, the sampling, and specifically the drilling in October of this year. So that is our goal. And then April next year, we would like to have the MRE published, and that MRE should indicate a great, a significant resource, which will enable us to match the very impressive numbers which are non-JORC compliant, which have been associated with this project. Which I, for the sake of record, I mention again: 620,000 tons of copper and 52,000 ounces of gold. Those are non-JORC compliant numbers, which a good study associated with the project has indicated. Our intention, now that we've even expanded the project quite significantly, is to either match that number or surpass it.
Okay, two more questions, if I may. That's an awful lot of milestones that you've outlined there. The mineral resource estimate, of course, is a big one, but not till next year. So I'm just wondering what the first milestone is that you'd like to accomplish.
Well, the first milestone, we will, as we start all these activities, we will be updating the market. So the start of drilling, I think, for a project that has never been drilled, is a pretty remarkable milestone. So when that first drill hole takes place, when that first drilling takes place, that will be an important milestone for the company and for the project. So that is something that we're very much looking forward to. We're doing a lot of activity that will be published and made. We'll make it known over the coming months. As you can see, we've haven't held back in the acquisitions. Within a couple of months, we've announced the second and third acquisition, and there are other deals we're looking at. But our main focus is Eureka and realizing the value that the Eureka project has.
And finally, how confident are you that all the pieces are in place in terms of people, project, logistics and planning?
So in terms of people, we've got a good board, which is comprised of myself, Michael Hutchinson, and Richard Hayward. We may be enhancing our board by having a new board member in the near future. That is something we're currently exploring. In terms of management team, we have assembled a pretty good team. So we've retained some of the advisors that historically knew this project. It was important to maximize historical knowledge. So we have worked with, we will continue to work with these advisors. We also have some new people that that's the Ajax input, some new geologists, senior geologists that we've engaged as consultants who are working on this project. And so we're pretty comfortable on that front. And in terms of logistics, the project is a good project on that front. It's very accessible. There's good roads. Getting to this part of the country in Argentina is not difficult. There's a good availability of local drilling contractors and other consultants. Jujuy, our province, is a very well-known mining province, so there's no shortage of professionals in this industry. So all in all, we're pretty comfortable and pretty focused on our objectives.
Thank you very much. Ippolito Cattaneo, Chief Executive of Ajax Resources. A very busy week for you. Thank you very much for joining us.